Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor, and we're doing something different today. Instead of painting with you guys, we're going to be showing you a look inside the Painters Clubhouse at what we did in the month of April and give our members a peek at what's to come in the month of May. And then after that, we're going to do a live Q&A. So I want you to think of any and all painting related questions, business related questions, whatever you have, and write them down or something and get them ready because we're going to do a Q&A session after this so that you guys can pick my brain for a minute. Good morning, Sarah, watching from Florida. Who else is here? Drop me a comment. Let me know how many of our PC sisters we have watching. I'm excited to share your photos here on our Facebook Live and kind of show off what you guys have been painting. I see Marie and Catherine. Hey, Lisa from Georgia. Happy Tuesday, Sherry. Tammy said, I'm working and watching. How many of you guys are watching from work? That's okay. Lori from Salisbury, North Carolina. There's some PC sisters. I see our PC sisters over in the comments. All right, so I have a slideshow of photos that you guys are going to love. I'm going to bring those up here. How do I do that? There we go. Let's do it like this. That way y'all can see me and the slides too. So if you've never heard of the Painters Clubhouse before, let me tell you what it is before we get started. It is our membership where we teach door hanger painting. And so I started this 5 years ago. We just celebrated our 5th birthday party for the Painters Clubhouse. And we have well over 1,000 women in there who are painting door hangers every month. Some of these ladies are doing this just as a hobby because it's relaxing, it's therapeutic, it gives them something positive to do and focus on. And it's a great little way to make side money if you want to make a little extra money. Some of these ladies have started businesses or are preparing for craft shows and things like that. So first and foremost, it's an inspiring community. They are just a wonderful group of ladies. And I feel like that is the biggest benefit of being in this group. And then all the fun tutorials and painting techniques are just an added bonus to this amazing community. So I'm like a proud mama over here. This is my moment to show and tell you guys what we have been doing. So keep saying hi in the comments. Becky's PC sister says, I'm working and watching from Alabama. Welcome. Jen is on her lunchtime. Betty says, I just ordered the Summer Daisy door hanger set. So she's talking about this one up here behind me. Hang on, we'll pause this for a second. We have sold a lot of these, y'all. I painted this live on Tuesday here on this page. So if you missed it, go back and watch it. But we've sold a ton of these because it's got a bunch of 3D pieces. Can you see that? The daisies are 3D. The centers of the flowers are 3D. The lettering is 3D. And we used a faux wood grain tool in the background. It was really fun. So if you missed that tutorial, definitely go back and watch it. But let's talk a little bit about what we did in the month of April in the Painters Clubhouse. So every month I teach a design in the Clubhouse that's new and it's exclusive to the Clubhouse. I've had people ask, where can we get this template? It's only available in the Painters Clubhouse right now. And we keep our templates exclusive for an entire year before we release them anywhere else. So this Daisy Chicks design was the one that I taught in April. It has a lot of detail in this one. So it can be kind of intimidating. If you see this picture, first up, you might be like, oh, I don't know how to do that rustic fence. I don't know, about all the details. It just looks intimidating, right? But we break it down step by step. We painted the background of the fence. We distressed the fence. And then we moved on to different parts of it, like the chicks and the flowers. And by taking it step by step and layer by layer, it makes it a lot less intimidating because you aren't focusing on all the things at once. You're only focusing on one thing at a time. Let's see. Jennifer says, I love that one a lot. Did any of you guys put a different number of chicks on here? Because this was intended to be like a design that you could change up. If you wanted to consider yourself the mama hen, you could put more than 3 chicks or change it to just 2 chicks or add another chick in there. And so you can change this one up based on the number of chicks that you want. And then we also did a Zoom birthday party in April because, like I said, we just celebrated our 5th birthday. So we all hopped on Zoom together. We played a Family Feud game. We made fun little birthday signs, and we had a blast. It was a lot of fun getting to see everybody and kind of chat online. Jennifer says, I didn't, but I made my mama hen fluffy. Okay, I like that. There's lots of ways you could change up this design. We left the banner blank on this because I wanted people to be able to come up with their own words, because some of you guys might want to put some funny kind of like chicken saying on there. Some of you might want to just say welcome or something like that. So I left the banner blank so that you guys could kind of customize it. And then if you're not into the daisies, you could do Gerber daisies or paint them like black-eyed Susans or something like that and just kind of customize it. I even saw somebody customize this where instead of dirt, they made it like a grassy little mound. So you could make it more colorful if you like. Let's take a look at how oh, I thought that was next. Hang on. Let me show you the other tutorial that we taught, and then we're going to show you what our members have made using these tutorials. So the second tutorial that we did this month was with one of our Painters Clubhouse members, Miss Lauren Martin. She's been a member for about a year now, and she's a school teacher. So she created this design on Procreate for us and then taught us how to paint it. Now, the background of this looks just like a composition notebook. And so she taught us a really cool technique for dabbing the paint on in such a way that it looks just like a composition notebook. I've actually got this one hanging up right behind me here. And then we added our own custom lettering on there. I just did that by going on Canva and I picked out a font. I think it was called Apricot. And I printed it out, traced it on there. And so this one is going to be a surprise for my sister-in-law, Tony, which, Tony, if you're watching, surprise. I don't think she's discovered the surprise just yet. Sometimes she watches my videos and stories, but she hasn't texted me and been like, ah. So I doubt she's seen it yet. So I'm going to surprise her with it here soon. How many of you guys painted this one? Marie says the notebook is next on my art table. Okay, you're going to be doing it next. And if you didn't want to do a black and white composition notebook, you could do a colorful composition notebook too. I know they sell them in different colors now too. It's not just black and white. And then she kind of created this cool little thing in the corner that makes it look like a sticker that says teacher. And so we painted that with like rainbow letters. It's real cute. And then each month we do something called a remix. And that's essentially where I take an old design and I make it new again by painting it in a different way. So I remixed a picnic basket design this month. The small one you see there is the original that we painted way back in 2018. And the one that I'm holding is the one that I remixed it to. So we kind of toned it down a little bit, added a little less detail and focused more on shading. And so we made is it a tablecloth or a blanket? Still have not decided. I've called it like 3 different things. We made the fabric. We'll just say that. We made the fabric look like it's popping off of it, like it's 3D. We made the grapes look like they're 3D. We added lots of shading on this project. Good morning, Miss Pam. Hey, Chelsea. Donna says, I worked on it last night. I'm just not finished yet. Okay, be sure and share a picture of it when you get done with it. Oh, and something else I should have mentioned. I don't always do this, but I actually went live alongside Lauren while we painted that composition notebook, and we called it a duet, where, like you sing together, but instead of singing, we painted together. And so we were live side by side, which added a fun dynamic to this tutorial because you get to hear the interaction and the chat between the two of us. And you kind of get to see, it's like 2 tutorials in one because you get to see a variety of ways that you could do it. Notice Lauren used I think it was a pink or a red for her lettering and a purple pen. I did turquoise and a pink pen. And so you kind of get to see just a little bit of a difference between the two. Good morning, Becky. Hi, Melinda. I see Jill from Missouri is here. Hello, Sandra. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm dying to show off what all of our members have created because this is, to me, the thing that really makes Painters Clubhouse special. The tutorials are great, right? But the community is what makes it special. Getting to see how everybody else took that tutorial and made it their own is really the thing that's so special about all this. So Becky took it and she changed the grass or the dirt into grass, as did Diana. And then Becky also changed up the colors of the petals on the flowers. So they're kind of like multicolor Gerber daisies, I guess. She did a little bit of a lighter color on the background of her fence, which I really love. And then Diana added the words, all cluckers welcome. And she painted her flowers more like, what are those, black-eyed Susans? I'm not very good with flower names. And then she put grass on the bottom too. So as you can see, this is one design that you could totally change up and make different ways. And then Linda added the words welcome using one of the stencils that we sell in our shop. And she said, I decided to make the sign detachable so that it could be changed out. Oh, I didn't even notice this before. So that entire banner can be lifted off of the design. It's detachable. And so she could put something on there that says like, hello summer, or happy fall, or whatever. But right now it says welcome. So you can take that banner off and put a different one on there for the different seasons. And then Jennifer Page did multicolor Gerber daisies on hers, and all of her little chicks are kind of pecking around in the dirt with some grass there. Good afternoon, Veranda. There's Becky in the comments. She said, I added a few more, but to my grass since then. I still need to add words. Sounds like it's a work in progress, Becky, but it looks fantastic as it is, just like this. Rachel says, I love that design. Thank you. Okay, and then here's a look at some more. Tammy Polk did hers with multicolor flowers. Teresa Harrell did as well. And then she made her chicks different colors. So if you look closely, there's a yellow chick, a brown chick, and a black and white chick. She said, it has taken me weeks to finish this one, but I'm so proud of myself. She said, for the first time, I did all of my own colors except for Mama Hen. And I tried a lot of different things. I just played with the paint. That's a good thing to do, Teresa. She said, some things worked, some didn't, but that's okay. I had so much fun. She said, this Mama Hen was a big fail. We all have those, Teresa. She said, I tried to make her fluffy, but then I ended up only making a mess. She said, Tamara always says to have fun. Now I get it. I'm a slow painter because I'm so worried about the process, but not anymore. I'm just going to go with it. I'll be slow, but I love this one so much. I love, Teresa, that you tried something different. And even though it didn't quite work out, you learned a thing or two. And it sounds like you've grown as a painter just on this one project. So that always makes me happy. And then Haley Knight did an awesome job on this one. I love how she made the bottom of her Mama Hen look just a little bit dingy, like she's been rolling in the dirt, because I don't know if y'all know this about hens or chickens in general, but they like to dust bath. They don't stay white and fluffy and clean all the time. They get down there in the dirt and they do this thing with their feathers where they fluff up the dirt. And that actually helps keep the dust mites and things out of their feathers. And so they call it a bath for a reason, a dust bath, because it helps cut down on parasitic bugs and things that would get in the chicken's feathers. So you learned a little something about chickens along the way during this live. And then here is a look at all of the different composition notebooks that our members painted. So we've got Sarah Clark Rollins, we've got Melinda Alcorn, Alyssa Grotto, and Susan Lawrence. They all shared their composition notebooks. And I like to see the difference in the pattern of the composition notebook, because we all used probably the same technique, but everybody's turned out just a little different. And so that's kind of cool to see too. And then you notice they all kind of customized it too by using different fonts for the lettering or different colors, and then different colors on their pens as well. Hey, Wanda, you didn't miss me. I'm still here. And by the way, I forgot to say this at the beginning. If you're a Painters Clubhouse sister, stay tuned at the end of this live. After it's over, I'm going to be going live in the Painters Clubhouse for a very special announcement. So don't run away. After this is over, we'll be live in the Clubhouse. Yes, Lisa, everybody has done such a fantastic job. They did so good. It's so fun getting up in the morning, turning on the Painters, or opening up the Painters Clubhouse in my Facebook and kind of seeing all the progress people are making. And I'm always so inspired by the ways people change things up. And then we like to share some wins that happen in our Clubhouse. So we're going to do that just in a moment. I got to get a drink. I'm talking too fast. Mm-hmm. Aaliyah held up a sign that said, slow down. Slow down, Tamara. I like to talk really fast when I get excited. Lynn says they legit look like real notebooks and pens laying there. Yeah, they do. Hey, Wanda. Okay, so in the Clubhouse, we do something on Fridays called powwow. And in my mind, this is like at the end of camp, like summer camp, at the end of the week, you get together around a campfire and you talk about what you learned this week and you kind of celebrate everybody's accomplishments. And so that's what I envision our powwows to be. And so this is a little kind of like a sampling of the powwow, if you will. And we like to share some wins and things that people accomplished in the Clubhouse throughout the week. And so this is kind of a sample of what we did this month. So Fiorella Moore shared, she said, okay, I'm really impressed with myself with this one. She said, I'm still learning and I'm kind of sad giving this away as a retirement gift, But she said, I combined 2 of Tamara's videos. So that's kind of cool. She combined 2 videos to make this beautiful design. And it's the Some Beach Somewhere. So she took kind of like the sunset background and combined that with the patterned umbrella that we did like on night number 2, I think it was. And then she also added in some realistic shells that we did on night 3. So she kind of took all 3 or 4 designs, incorporated them together, but then she added a touch of her own, which is that water that you see in the background, because I didn't add any actual water to any of my design. But a lot of people have since they've been watching this, and I love seeing the different ways they did it. Good morning, Miss Linda. Becky says, oh, I love these summer ones. I do too. I'm so ready for summer door hangers. And then Wanda Hillman, I always mess her name up. She said, I just finished another special order. I did the sand technique that Tamara did on the Some Beach Somewhere, but she incorporated it on this door hanger. So this is one of the designs that we sell in our shop. We don't teach this one in the clubhouse, but she took the template and she put it on around. She added a beachy background and she did the sand texture medium on the bottom, which is cool. And then Judy Ditch shared this one that says, my biggest blessings, call me grandma. That's one of our designs that we sell in our shop as well. She put it on a round and she added some little flowers to it. She said, I finished this one today. And between my carpal tunnel and my rheumatoid arthritis giving me a fit, it took a while. Sometimes they do, and that's okay. But she said, I have one sweet little granddaughter now, and I can't wait to add more names. So she's got, you see the little hearts all around there? So her granddaughter's name is on one of the hearts, and she's got more hearts that she can put names on as she adds more grandchildren to the family. Hannah Matthews shared this beautiful butterfly that she did. So this was actually a remix that we did back in March in the clubhouse, and we used a palette knife technique, which was really fun. And so a lot of our members had never used a palette knife before. I'm kind of still a newbie with the palette knife, but I really enjoy the texture that it creates. And it was kind of a fun way to do the colors in the background of this butterfly, and then you paint the black on top of it. And then Danelle Warburton said, I gave it a shot. It was very relaxing. She painted the BU design that I painted live a couple of weeks ago, and she shared that with us. And then Sheila Smith has shared a couple of spring ones. So their Spring Has Sprung. That's one of the designs in our shop. And then the Summer in a Jar. This was a bonus that our members got during our Painters Clubhouse launch back in March as well. And then Lynn Wallace shared a West Virginia, that's West Virginia Tech, right? I think so. A West Virginia Tech door hanger that she did. And it looks like she took one of the techniques she learned in one of our previous tutorials for how to do that shiplap background. And then she just added the shape of the state and the logo right on top of it. That looks awesome. Looks like it maybe even has some glitter on it. Becky says, oh, that sounds fun. A palette knife. I want to learn that. Well, we have a couple of different tutorials in the clubhouse using a palette knife. And if you don't own a palette knife, I think in that tutorial, I even mentioned that if you have a Cricut spatula, it could totally be a palette knife because they make palette knives that look almost identical to this. But my favorite palette knife that I use looks like this. It's kind of like a small trowel. I don't have one smaller than this, but I want one that's like, you know, about half this length. So I ordered some more. They haven't come in yet. But this is a Cricut spatula. This is a palette knife. Essentially, you just need that little bend because that's kind of what allows you to scrape and do all the stuff. It kind of reminds me of like frosting a cake, but when you're putting it on there, you're not going to have a smooth texture. And I think that bothers a lot of people because they're used to painting with a really smooth background, but palette knives add texture, and you kind of have to be okay with the unpredictableness of it. Does that make sense? So when you spread it on there, it's not going to look exactly like you expect it to look. It's not always going to look the same. And so doing this kind of helps you loosen up as an artist. So if you've never played with a palette knife before, give it a shot for sure. Wanda says that's a great tip to try the palette knife from the Cricut. Yeah, if you don't own palette knives, just use what you've got. Kathy got her Hello Summer yesterday. Awesome. Okay, here's Lynn. She was the one we were just commenting on a moment ago with that Virginia Tech design. She said it's glitter mixed into the gold paint. Well, it looks beautiful. Marie says, I love the technique videos in the Clubhouse. I always learn something new. We're always trying to incorporate new techniques into every tutorial. So it's not just another door hanger design. It's not just another painting tutorial. We try to incorporate techniques into everything because as you can see, looking at these photos, people take those techniques and they incorporate them into future projects that they work on. And it really helps you develop your own personal style. Like if you fall in love with a palette knife, you may start using the palette knife on almost all of your new projects. Or if you fall in love with glitter, you may start using glitter on everything. And I'm going to show you in just a few moments what we're going to be doing in May in the Clubhouse, and it involves glitter. So that'll be fun. Okay, Donna says, would you share where you got the tool to make the wood grain look on the daisy? Yeah, I can grab that for you real quick. That was actually one of our Friday Fab 5 items that we did just a few, just like last Friday. I shared it in that, but I'll grab the link for you here also. I've got it saved and I can drop it in the comments for you. And it's way easier to use than you would think. So go and grab it on Amazon. I think it was like $10. Oh, it's not Virginia? West Virginia. West Virginia University. See, I don't know. I don't know college stuff. I barely know college basketball. Okay, let's move on to what's next. Here are some more wins. Sandy McQuarter has been a Clubhouse member for a long while, and she is always surprising me with how she kind of changes things up and makes things her own. And so she said, this one is mine. I designed it, y'all. She actually designed her own door hanger. I'm so proud. This is like the mama in me is so proud of the little birdies who have learned to leave the nest and start designing their own door hangers. And so she said, I took this one into Procreate. My customer wanted magnolias and sunflowers, and I went and started designing it, and even the lettering is hers. She said, lettering is something I've always traced on or made with a Canva font. She said, but she did this lettering on her own as well. And so I'm so proud of her. She did the truck, the lettering, and all the flowers, and she designed it in Procreate and then painted it into a real door hanger. So that's really just a culmination of all the progress that she's made over the years in her painting journey and learning to draw and Procreate. And this is just the birthing of all of that into a product. And so I love it. Gina Peoples shared this gorgeous door hanger. And every time I look at it, all I see is just so many happy colors. So she said, I'm such in major disbelief that I designed and created this. So both of these ladies designed and created these door hangers 100% themselves. She said, I've learned so many tips and tricks from Tamara. There's absolutely no way I could have done this without watching her. Oh, well, thank you for that. So she took our buffalo plaid tutorial and she used multiple colors to create the background of this. And then she created the little elephant to go on top and the lettering and all of that. And there are so many personal touches and details in this that I can really see her personal style beginning to develop. I love it. Okay, in the comments, Wanda says, I have the wood grain tool and I've used it once. She said, now I can use it again since I ordered the Hello Summer 3D round. Wanda, I bet if you look around, there are all kinds of projects you could be using that tool on. I'm dying to use it with different colors, not just brown. Carol says, I'm hoping to start parties soon. I'm loving all of this. Great. And by the way, y'all, we're going to be hanging around for a live Q&A after we wrap up this showcase. So if y'all have questions about paint parties or anything like that, feel free to ask. And we'll answer all those questions at the end. Okay, what else has everybody been sharing? Tammy Johnson has been painting letters with a floral pattern. So this was a workshop we did a couple years ago. It was 3 different ways to paint a wood letter. And so we gave that, I believe, as a bonus in March when we opened up our Painters Clubhouse, and all of our current members got that bonus. And so Tammy must have gone back and watched that and painted a couple of these alphabet letters. Those sell really well as well. So if you haven't tried them, go give it a shot. She said, it's such a fun tutorial. A friend saw them and requested a set for her doors. Okay, her friend must have double doors. That's why both of them are the letter J. And then Dixie Brown did the 'Tis the Season baseball design. This is not a Clubhouse design. It's just one in our shop. But you can see that she did it in blue and orange for the Astros. And then Delaney Camarisi shared it in red and black. I'm not sure.
Her name is Delane.
Delane. Okay. Thank you. Delane. I'll try to remember that. And then she used red and black. So I don't know if that's for Cardinals or what team she's cheering on, but I like to see this in different colors. Oh, and I also see some gray in there too. So you'll have to let us know what sports team that was for, Delane. And then Jean shared that she cut this one all by herself. So it's just a plain wooden cross right now. So she hasn't painted it yet. But we do want to cheer on Jane because she just cut out this one for the first time by herself. And so that's a big step that a lot of our Clubhouse sisters are a little intimidated to take in the beginning. But once you see so many other Painters Clubhouse members cutting out their own, a lot of times it gives you courage to cut out your first one as well. April, I have a feeling this is true. She said, I'm proud of being a West Virginia girl. A lot of people even forget we are a state. Everybody always says Virginia. They forget about West Virginia. I like that. Okay. Stacy said, I was just playing with the Essential Stencil, baby elephant stencil like that last night. Okay. Awesome. You love the 'Tis the Season. Okay, and then Deanna Klingerman shared that she said, today's my birthday, and my husband bought me power tools. She said, I knew y'all would appreciate this. Yes. The more you kind of get into this craft, you start asking for power tools for things like Mother's Day and birthday and Christmas. And so it's so empowering to have your own set of tools and to know how to use them and to feel empowered when you pick up a piece of wood and you want to turn it into something awesome. So I'm so happy to see that Deanna got some, looks like Ryobi tools too. And then Sandra shared, this is her third door hanger. She said, I've got a long way to go, but I'm really loving it. And she did the floral pig design. Okay. Can you see how she kind of changed, like she kind of incorporated multiple designs in one. So this is the floral pig template on a wood round. And the welcome words are from the Lola template. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but it's from the Lola template. And then she took parts of the floral pig's crown and incorporated them around the edges of the round to kind of fill in the spaces. So very, very smart. Wanda says at first it was scary for me, but after cutting out so many, it's nothing anymore. It's like cutting butter. It gets easier. Yes, Wanda, it was such a struggle for me in the beginning too. I remember the first like 12 door hangers that I cut out took me like 2 hours. It took so long. And I was like so defeated at the end of it. I'm like, this is going to take forever if I have to do this every single time. But the more I did it, the quicker I got. And it got to where I could do like 40 in an hour right before I go to a paint party. And so it's definitely something that gets easier the more you do it. And then Miss Pam Savage has been sharing inside the Clubhouse all of these little hats she's been painting. Y'all, she's getting prepared. I don't know if you're planning on coming to Southern Adornments Live in Destin or not, but she is going to be setting up a booth and selling a lot of things that she has hand painted and created. And these hats are part of that. And so I know she's already painted several of these, and I love the leopard print, Pam. That is so cute. And then Lauren shared that her husband got her a new cordless sander for her birthday. Y'all, I didn't think cordless sanders were all the rage because I always had one with a cord until I tried one without a cord. And I was like, oh, now I see. I need, like, everything needed to be cordless at that point, because if you've ever tried jigsawing or sanding with a cord, it can get kind of frustrating. You feel like you're always trying to manage it because it's getting stuck between the pieces of wood and everything. So cordless is definitely the way to go if you can afford it. Becky says, is that how it is with painting? It takes me 6 to 8 hours to paint one hanger. Absolutely, Becky. The more you do it, the faster you get and the better you get at it. There's Miss Pam. She said, I had no idea that so many of you guys are leopard print lovers. So I'm going to try and have 100 of them at the live. Wow, Miss Pam. That's a lot of hats. Okay, and then we wanted to share you guys. So if you missed it, back in the spring, we did Lola, the Spring Highland Cow, which you can see Sandy up there at the corner had painted. But she also has some cousins in the herd, and there are 8 other versions of Lola the cow for different seasons. And so a lot of our Clubhouse members have kind of made it a mission to paint every one of the cows. And so Alicia has shared Jed the Patriot. He's the one with the flag in the background and the aviator sunglasses. And then Marie Mosley did the Valentine one. And I love the style of Marie's hair. It reminds me of like an 80s pop singer or something. But it's so cute. And so she also just shared this one that has the cheerleader pom-poms. And it says Go Navy. She said this is 5 out of 9. So she's done 5 of the herd out of 9 total. So we can't wait to see the rest of them. And then Sandy Burton Nelson shared her version of Lola up there. And we always love seeing Lola. That's right. She is so darn cute. And then we have welcomed several new Painters Clubhouse sisters in the group over the past month, and they all have been posting photos and kind of introducing themselves. And we have been sending welcome packets out to them. So that's what they're holding, is their little welcome packets in their selfies. So we love meeting you guys, hearing your stories, and getting to know you even more. And then something else that we do in the clubhouse is a door hanger challenge each month. And so our challenge is usually something to kind of get you to try out a new technique or to incorporate something you've learned. And so since this month was our 5th birthday, we asked everybody to kind of create a birthday sign or something that kind of indicates that the clubhouse is 5 and fabulous. And so you see those photos there that were submitted. The one that Linda did right there with the balloons, that bottom part is actually dry erase board, and she made it where the dry erase board was detachable with Velcro. I don't know that she intends to take it off, but she was worried about gluing that on or drilling through it. So that's why she attached it with Velcro. Looks awesome. And so on the right there, you see these are just some bonus things that we do in the clubhouse, like our Zoom paint parties that we talked about at the beginning. We always choose a rock star of the month. We have weekly powwows, and then we do happy mail giveaways. So lots of fun things to do in the clubhouse. And here, without further ado, is what we're going to be doing in the month of May. So the first one is going to be taught by Cindy from Timber Crafts. How many of you guys follow her on TikTok? Let me just pull up her TikTok feed real quick and show you a little bit of the taste of what this girl's talent is. She is so stinking talented, and everything she does is covered in glitter. That's why I said we're going to be doing glitter this month. Let me bring it up. Here we are. Here's her TikTok. So her TikTok is called Timber_Crafts. She may have Facebook also. Let me find a video that shows off all the glitter. Oh, here we go. Can you guys see this? Look at this. All the glitter. And so she's going to kind of show us how she glitters her projects like this. She's also a wreath maker. So lots of the things that she creates, she attaches them to wreaths like this sun here. And so the design she's teaching this month is that one that looks like a sun. So we don't have like I really feel like this picture does not do it justice, because she's going to be painting this covered in glitter, and the eyes, the heart eyes, and the words "Summer Lovin'" will be 3-dimensional on the project. And so it's going to be gorgeous. You love the sunshine? Oh, Jill says, I love her. You must follow her on Facebook. So does Amanda. Yeah, she's pretty amazing. And then the design that I'm going to be teaching this month is the USA sunflower jars. So it's 3 mason jars lined up side by side, painted in a patriotic way with sunflowers kind of popping out the top. And so that'll be really fun. And then the design I've chose to remix this month is the 4th of July truck. So this was one that we did, I don't know if it was last summer or 2 summers ago, but it was taught by Erica Wallace from Wallace House Designs. And so I'm going to take it and change it up a bit and remix it and make it my own. So I would love to know your thoughts. I thought about changing up the color of the truck. So if I was to paint this truck a different color other than red, what color would you like to see it painted in? Becky says, can we buy that one in the shop? Yes, but if you're a Clubhouse member, like I said, join me in the Clubhouse after this live is over, because I've got a very special announcement, and it includes the wood blank to this design. Okay, Becky says blue. Wanda says yellow. Judy says blue. I'm kind of thinking blue because, red, white, and blue. Obviously, if it's not red, maybe it should be blue. Jill says a leopard truck. I'm on board with that, Jill. Pam says orange with glitter. Kelly says yellow. Okay, teal. Pink. Okay. Marie Mosley says white. I don't know that I've ever painted a white truck, but that would be a really good way to kind of make everything, all the red, white, and blue elements pop. Baby blue. I do like that idea, Becky. Maybe I should do that. It's like you have to think about it in the way that if you're going to use a lot of red, white, and blue on this, whatever blue you paint the truck, it needs to be something that's not going to compete with the other blues that you use on the other parts of the project. Becky, yes. Everybody is all over the place when I ask for just a random suggestion of a color. Emily says, my sister just painted that truck for a craft show. Okay, cool. Becky, I'm kind of liking the baby blue idea. I don't know yet what I'll do, but I'll play with it on Procreate before I kind of completely decide. Kathy says white. I'll test out white too. Okay. So this is what we've got to look forward to in the month of May in the Painters Clubhouse. And if you still have questions about the Painters Clubhouse or want to know more, you can go to paintersclubhouse.com to learn more about it. Like I said, if you are already a Clubhouse member, I want you to join me inside the Clubhouse after we finish this live, because I've got a very special announcement about something that we have never done before that we are releasing. So I'll be going live there after I'm done here. But now I want to open it up for questions. I promised you guys we'd do a live Q&A at the end of that today. And so what kind of questions do you have? Drop them in the comments and we'll go through them one by one. Let's start with Kelly. She says, that flower sign behind you, where's the template? Kelly, last Tuesday I painted this one live and I was talking about Creative Fabrica. So if you've never heard of Creative Fabrica before, it's a website that sells fonts, SVG files, graphics, clip art, things like that. The file is available on Creative Fabrica's website. The wood blank is available inside our shop. So if you need the file for it, I suggest you go back to the live I did last Tuesday or to the Friday Fab 5 that I did and click the link to get the free trial, because it gives you 10 free downloads. So you can get the file for free if you do the trial. Okay. Okay, Lisa says do that truck white with rust spots. That's a fun idea. Okay, Michelle says, do you have a tutorial on the wood grain tool? So Michelle, funny thing is, I had never tried this wood grain tutorial before until Tuesday. That's kind of how I roll. I'm like, oh, I think we'll try this for the first time on Facebook Live and just see how it goes. But I kind of think that's why you guys like watching me, is because I'm so real, down to earth. If I make a mistake, you guys see it immediately. And I'm always first to be like, whoops, that didn't work out. Let me show you how to fix it. And so you guys usually learn right alongside me. And so I don't have an official tutorial for how to use that wood grain tool, but I did use it on Tuesday's live last week, and it's still here on Facebook and on YouTube. So you can watch how I did it there and kind of just follow those steps, but it's really simple to use. I feel like it's not very complicated. Lisa asks, where did you get all the inspiration for the files? So Lisa, for years, I was creating all the files 100% myself, but it gets to be a lot for after a while. And so we do have a design team now, me and 3 other ladies who create all the designs here at Southern Adornments Decor. And so we find inspiration in all kinds of places. I feel like if I'm ever feeling a little bit stumped for ideas, I need to get outside my house. I need to travel, or I need to go shopping, or just walk through Kirkland's, or how many of you guys love Kirkland's? Hobby Lobby, Kirkland's, places like that have things that are like the new spring trends. A lot of times you can see that like lemons are popular, or bumblebees, or sunflowers. And so I try to pay attention to stuff like that. You can even find inspiration on greeting cards or gift bags. Anywhere you look, I can find, once you've been doing this for a while, you'll find ideas for door hangers everywhere you look. And you'll have a camera roll on your phone full of ideas that you may never actually do, but I never run out of ideas. Oh my goodness, at all the questions.
Do you wet your brush before you paint?
Yes, always wet your brush before you paint, but don't take it straight out of the cup of water and straight to your project. Dab it off on a paper towel or something first to get the excess off.
When's the next time someone can join PC?
So Pam, anybody can join at any time. We've decided to leave it open. So, but right now I think we do have a special flash promotion going on. So if you're interested, you may get an email about that today, but go right over to paintersclubhouse.com and they can sign up at any time.
Sarah's question, would there ever be a chance for Crafty Kids to have a Zoom class with Charlie like Molly and me?
Sarah, I've never thought about that, but you know, Charlie would probably love that. Maybe we can put that on the agenda for this summer when she's out of school and not at camp, because she's signed up to go to 2 different camps this summer, but she would probably really love that. So I love that idea. I'll have our team make a note of it, and maybe we can schedule something for June or July.
Becky's been in some other challenges and wants to know if she can post those in the Clubhouse.
Yeah, for sure. So we don't have a rule in the Clubhouse that you can only ever post Tamara's designs or anything like that. Like, anything you paint that would inspire other people, feel free to post those. If you bought a template from somebody else and painted, or took somebody else's workshop, feel free to share those photos in the Clubhouse, because it's just more inspiration for all of us.
Sabrina's a PC member and she can't find the free templates that come in PC.
So Sabrina, there is actually a membership site that you log into for the Painters Clubhouse. That's where all of our templates are, our supply lists, our video tutorials, and things like that. My question is, do you know where the Facebook group is? If you do, there's a guides tab in the Facebook group. And in that guides tab at the very top, there's a welcome section that shows you how to log into the membership hub. And so you just go there and log in, and it's all right there for you.
Do you have any tie-dye painting tutorials?
Tie-dye painting tutorials. Yes, Laura, we do. I do have a photo. Hold on. I was like, I wish I could show them, but I've just got it here in my mixed media pad. So a few years ago, I actually recorded a tutorial for how to do tie-dye, and I did it in my mixed media pad here. So I can show you what they look like. So these tutorials are in the Clubhouse. Look how fun that is. This one and this one and this one. So there's kind of like, this one's swirl. This one's more like I don't know if that's called sunburst. For people who do tie-dye, I'm sure there's names for these. But I taught how to do this. And it is a technique video that is located in the Painters Clubhouse membership site.
All right. Sharon wants to know if your blank has the flowers and everything.
So if you're talking about this one, Sharon, the wood blank is actually just a round with nothing on it. And these are all 3D pieces that come with it when you purchase it. And so you could arrange this however you like on the wood. If you wanted to put this section of flowers down here, you could. I think I actually probably assembled this backwards from the example photo that was in Creative Fabrica. I think these are actually supposed to go up there, but you could do it however you like. But yes, it comes with all those pieces.
How can I find tutorials for some of the blanks I have ordered?
We release over 260 new designs every month, but we don't have video tutorials for every single one of those. If you do buy a wood blank and you're wondering if there's a video tutorial for it, if you're not a Painters Clubhouse member, the easiest way to find that out would be to go to my YouTube channel and use the search bar there and just search the name of that door hanger. And it would probably pop up, because I usually name the video the name of the door hanger. If you are a Painters Clubhouse member, there's something inside your membership site hub called Searchy. And if you go into Searchy, you can just type in the name of that door hanger. It will search every single video I've ever done, whether it's in the Clubhouse or on the Facebook page or whatever, and it will bring it right up for you. So that's kind of the quick way to find out.
Emily is new to a Thunder, and she's having really bad charge marks. Do you have any suggestions?
I would dial in your settings just a little bit. First of all, Emily, when I first started using my Thunder, I was having that trouble too. And I found out that sometimes if you go slower and use less power, you won't have as bad of char marks. But regardless, even if you get it really, really dialed in, you may have just a slight bit of overchar. And if you do, you can lightly sand that with like a 120 or something grit sandpaper and kind of take the char right off. So it's not 100% avoidable, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You'll always have just a little bit of a slight char, but if they're really bad, you might need to reduce your power and slow down the speed at which you're cutting or etching with.
Sarah and Marie's kids are dying to craft. Can you do something for lawyers?
Something for lawyers. What would that be? I need ideas because I know nothing about being a lawyer. If you had a lawyer door hanger, what would you want it to be or look like or have on it?
The scales is the only thing I can.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like the scales of justice or even a gavel, but that's like a judge. That's not a lawyer, right? So what represents lawyers to you? I need ideas.
Where do you suggest getting MDF, or what other material do you suggest?
So MDF, I think you can get it at Home Depot. I don't think Lowe's carries it. I thought we had a Law and Order blank. Hold on. I got squirrely here. We do have this design on the site for lawyers. I completely forgot about this. This one has been in there forever. and it's called Law and Order. Dun dun. So if you like that one, you can go and find that one. That's a good lawyer one, I feel like. What were we talking about? Squirrel. Wood. Oh, yeah. You can get it at Home Depot. We order ours in mass quantities from our local lumber yard. They special order it for us. So if you've got a laser machine and you're cutting a lot of stuff, you could probably do that. Contact your local lumber yard and they could special order something for you. But if you're just going into Lowe's, Home Depot, places like that, I don't think Lowe's carries MDF, but I usually get Revolution plywood there, 1/4 inch thick Revolution plywood.
More questions.
More questions. We need more questions. Where are the questions? What other questions do y'all have? We'll be happy to answer. Okay, books. That's a good idea for lawyers. Scales of Justice. I completely forgot about the Law and Order. Michelle, my husband's obsessed with the Law and Order TV show. So anytime I hear the words Law and Order, I think of the dun dun at the end of the dun 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 dun. And I also think of the part where they go, these crimes are especially heinous. I make fun of the intro to that every time he watches the show. Okay, Sabrina says we need a door hanger for ferrets. I feel like that's a very niche request. Hey, Jennifer Raiden. I see her canvas sign designs down there. Money. Yeah, Money would be a good door lawyer for Jennifer. Since you're here, have you ever painted a door hanger for lawyers? Somebody was asking if we had a door hanger for lawyers. And I was like, maybe not, but we do. We have one that's called Law and Order. How about a robber? Because they would rob you of your money. Oh, me. Your text notification is the Law and Order sound. I need to do that and put that on my husband's phone. He would love that. Okay. Is there
crazy roosters in the clubhouse like the one that was painted this month?
No, I don't think so. And I don't know if that's a template she got from somebody else. You'll have to, if you're a Clubhouse member, go in there and ask her. But I don't think we have one like that. We do have a couple of chicken ones, but not in the Clubhouse, I don't think.
How do you say brushes that paint was left on for days?
Oh, yes, Becky, my child has done this multiple times. So first of all, I would say take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and pour it in a cup and drop those brushes down in there and let them soak for just a couple of minutes. And then take them out and kind of like scrub them on something or like on a brush cleaner pad. If that's not effective, try some hand sanitizer because that's more gel consistency and it might get in there and kind of stick to those bristles fast. I used to kind of like soak them in water and Murphy's oil soap. That's also effective, but I've learned that the alcohol or rubbing alcohol is way more effective. So try that. Jennifer says I haven't, and my dad was even a lawyer.
Oh, Miss Pam's going to make us count. I don't know if I know.
I don't think I know off the top of my head either. Hold up. Let me go look. And are we talking about everybody or are we only talking about...
See, there's regulars and then there's outer.
So if you count the design team, I think we have 13. I think. I'm like looking. Is everybody on here?
There's 5 or 6 main ones.
Yeah, there's 5 or 6 main ones that like have their hands in the business every single day. That kind of, manage all the comments, manage all the emails, all the stuff. There's probably 5 or 6 of us who are in the business every single day. Oh, I didn't even count myself in that. So technically, I guess we didn't say 14.
Well, and then you got the guys.
Oh yeah, and then I didn't count the 2 guys out in the shop. We have 2 guys who run the wood shop. So that's 15, 16. It adds up when you start adding everybody in. Cutesy squirrel door hanger. That would be fun. Alcohol also works great for getting paint out of your clothing. So if you get paint on your clothes, a little bit of rubbing alcohol or hand sanitizer and a toothbrush, and then wash it again. Okay, so Kelly was asking about porch leaners. I haven't made a porch leaner in a hot minute, but I do have a tutorial on my blog for how I made the porch leaner that I have. And it's probably heavier and more sturdy than most people's porch leaners because it was made out of a bunch of 2x4s that were put together. So it's heavy when you pick it up. And we needed something heavy because our front porch gets a whole lot of open wind. And that thing even blew over as heavy as it was during some storms we had a couple weeks ago. But it probably only blows over maybe once a year if we're lucky. So it's not just a traditional, like really lightweight one. I don't think we have any specific tutorials in the Clubhouse for porch leaners. No, actually, I think we did have one guest one time, or maybe that was here on this page. I don't remember.
Why should you use a paint pen instead of a Sharpie?
Okay, paint pen instead of a Sharpie. Sharpies just aren't made for this type of thing, and I feel like they dry out really quickly. A paint pen, though, you can pump it and get more paint down into it, so it's going to last you longer. It's going to get better coverage, thicker line. It's just going to hold up better, I feel like. Sharpies dry out so quick that I feel like you wouldn't make it very far across your door hanger before it started drying out. Oh, you've been making a bunch for upcoming shows. Okay, Jennifer asked, what's the biggest thing you've learned since starting Painters Clubhouse? What are you laughing at over there?
Nothing. I'm like, you go ahead.
Let me think. This is a loaded question. If we're talking about painting, this is kind of the answer to that, but it's also kind of not. Somebody asked me the other day, and I don't know if she's watching right now, but she said, I'm just amazed at how you've done door hangers for so long and you don't get tired of it. Like you don't move on to another craft. And I said, well, the reason for that is because I've figured out a way to bring so many different painting techniques and mediums into the thing that I do. And that keeps it fresh for me. It makes it to where I don't get tired of painting door hangers because there's always something new to be learned. Like, perfect example, these two door hangers behind me. The technique we used for the composition notebook, I had never done that before until I did it live with Lauren the other day. And all of a sudden, my brain was exploding with so many ways I could use that technique on other things, not just composition notebooks. Like this would be a great way to add a textured dirt look to the chicken door hanger I showed you guys of the chickens pecking in the dirt. You could make the dirt look textured by doing different shades of brown like that. So that just, it keeps me fueled with ideas and inspiration. The wood grain technique, I'd never used that before until I tried it on the door hanger.
They got to watch the video just for your face.
You got to go back and watch the video just to see my face. Even Miss Pam Savage, who was watching a moment ago, sent a screenshot of my face when it popped, when I did the first stroke of the wood grain. I was like, ah, like I was like so amazed by it. And it impressed me in the moment that I was like, oh, it made me want to try it again and again and again on different projects. So I don't know that that's necessarily the biggest thing that I've learned, but maybe it is. Maybe it's just that there's always going to be new techniques I can learn and ways I can keep this fresh and fun, and I never will get tired of it. It's like the perfect business because it's always going to be fun for me.
Is there a paint pen with a chisel tip?
Yes. Donna, there is a paint pen called dual tip markers. These from Artistro are a like 3-in-1 pen. So let me show you. They are dual tip, and on each end of the brush is a different tip. So over here you've got fine point. Is that this one? Yeah. No, wait. It's because the video is mirrored. I was pulling off the wrong lid. So this one has more of a fine tip point. And then the other side has a bullet tip. But do you see? It can be pulled out and flipped and made into a chisel. So 3 pens in one. They probably make some that are just chisel too, but I really feel like these are the holy grail because they've got all 3 in them. The fine tip is 0.7 millimeter. So it's just less than a 1 millimeter. The chisel tip is a 5 millimeter and the bullet is a 3 millimeter. So this is comparable to like a medium Posca pen. And I don't know what that one would be compared to because that's even smaller than the smaller Posca pen that we used to use.
All right, I know you love to use Procreate. How long did it take you to learn or get used to using it?
I don't remember. I feel like I dabbled with it for a while before I kind of got the hang of it, probably 6 months. But I was using it inconsistently during those 6 months, and I wasn't trying hard to I wasn't seeking out tutorials or anything like that. So I feel like if I had had a course or something to follow, I probably would have progressed faster, because at some point I did buy a course, I think. And that did help me kind of oh, that's how you do that. Things that I had struggled all along with, like how to shade inside of a design of something. I didn't know how to use alpha lock or clipping mask and those functions. And so until I learned all of that, I was struggling along. And so I actually now know enough about it that I created a course for it. So if you're wanting to know more about about Procreate, go to procreate4makers.com for the number 4. And there's a course that you can buy, and that will make it so much easier for you.
Could I do the composition notebook on a clipboard?
Oh, that would be cute. Please do. Send me pictures too.
What size do you think I would need to do the template?
Probably 12-inch.
Measure your clipboard.
Yeah, measure your clipboard. But this is an 18-inch, and of course it's way bigger than a clipboard. So I'm thinking like a 12-inch, or print an 18-inch at a smaller scale, depending on the size of your clipboard. But really, the only part that you're going to need for the clipboard, like the rest of this, I feel like you could just draw a line down the side of your clipboard. You wouldn't need the template for that. You would need the template more for the shape of your pen and this part right here. So just make sure those are in proportion.
How do you go to the downloads that you purchased in the Painters Clubhouse? I've seen it before and can't find it now.
She's talking about how to log into the membership site, right?
And she wants to print the sheet that you send that shows everything for that month.
Is that Template Club? What is she talking about?
I'm not sure.
If you're talking about Template Club, that's inside your shop login. So you'd go to shopdoorhangers.com and you would log in, and then you would go to your account area.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be there in your orders. And the PDF is in there. Yeah. Okay. Your husband's going to be broke. That's funny. Marie says door hanger painting is a unique area of the art community. Literally anything can be incorporated into a door hanger. Resin, decoupage, lettering, 3D elements with endless shapes and possibilities. Ain't that the truth, Marie? And after going to NAMM to Creativation, my brain's overloaded with all the things that I want to try. So I told Aaliyah, I said, I don't know if y'all guys saw this, but this past Sunday, I actually took a day to just paint and do something I wanted to do. And I painted that, it was called the Spring Chapel. It's a church painting tutorial on canvas by Christy Hawkins from the Social Easel. And I'm a member of her inner tribe, so I have access to all of her tutorials and stuff. And so I just went through there and picked that tutorial, and it has palette knife used in it a lot. And palette knife's something that I enjoy using, but I'm not very skilled at. And so it really helped stretch me creatively to try something like that I haven't done before. Because the entire painting uses palette knife. It's not just one section. And so doing stuff like that really helps fuel me creatively. And like I said, I think I need to make it a Sunday habit to, instead of taking just a nap on Sunday afternoons, I need to come in here and craft and try one of those new techniques like Marie was talking about in a new way, so that I can continue to teach you guys what I learned.
Does the fine tip on those paint markers switch to another point?
No, just the bullet tip.
Sharon's talking about Template Club.
Okay, Template Club. Sharon, let me take you to the shop. If you don't know how to do this, we'll walk you through.
Michelle is asking too where you found all the templates that you have bought.
Okay, here we go. Let's share our screen and go to the shop. So this is our website, shopdoorhangers.com. Once you're over here, and this is going to look different on mobile. So it's hard for me to show you exactly what it'll look like on mobile, but let me open it up on mobile just so I can see for sure. Okay, on mobile, for just a moment, let me show you this. Do you see the little 3 lines up here? This is your menu. You're going to click on that. And once you click on it, there's a place, this pops up. Do you see my account right there? You're going to click on my account. and it's going to have you log in. So let's walk through that on, here we go, on this screen. So on this screen at the top right, you see the little person, looks like a person's head. You tap on that and it's going to have you log in. And then once you log in, oh, I don't even know my login, y'all. So once you log in, it'll take you to your account and you'll be able to see your order history. And your orders are in there. And so find the order with the templates, the most recent template club, which was probably delivered to you on the 1st of the month if you've been in a Clubhouse for a while. So you could go to April 1st, that order that you got on April 1st, and it's right there.
Yeah, there'll be order numbers and dates.
Order numbers and dates. How do you order blanks? In that shop that I was just showing you, Lori, go to shopdoorhangers.com. And there's that menu I told you about. You can click on templates or blanks or whatever you're looking for. Use the search bar, type in keywords that you're looking for if you're looking for a particular kind of blank, and you can find them there. Is there something we can see all the templates we have ordered from our account? No, you just have to go order by order in your account over there at shopdoorhangers.com. Yes. Once you get them, download them, save them, and then that way you've always got them. All right, y'all, our hour is up. Thank you for all the questions, and I hope you enjoyed the little peek inside the Painters Clubhouse. For all of our Clubhouse members, as soon as this ends, I'm going to go live in the Clubhouse. I got to send out a little text first, but then I'll see you inside the Painters Clubhouse. So come and join me over there. Bye, y'all.